Welcome to A-Side Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. We have very special guests here, but before we start, I want to introduce you to the panel hosts. Marlon Parker.
It's me.
Carlos Massey.
Blaine.
Get out of here. And we have a very special set of guests here, the legendary triple threat. Now, because we got a triple threat up in here, no pun intended, there's three of them. We have Andrew Council. All right. We have Dave Bodysnatcher, Sugar Wayne Holmes.
We had the champ. The champ. Lead in with the champ. He's the champ now.
That's right. I'm sorry. Where's your belt?
I didn't bring the belt.
You gotta walk around with the belt, man. Yeah. So yeah, these guys have been doing a phenomenal job, and today we just want to talk a little bit about where they are now and what they plan to do in the future. They've been doing some really good things. So before I start going, I feel like it's only right I start with the coach before I go around the table. Andrew,
Good.
how's it feel?
What's feel?
To have, well, you got two dogs right here, man. Both guys undefeated, and they are doing big things. They're practically legends in the neighborhood already. So, how are you managing two high-profile amateurs that turn pro?
Right now, I'm just I have a good team, right? And all of them get along. First of all, it starts with them getting along with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no egos involved. They all feel like they're on the same level. None of them feel like they better than the other one. That's the main thing, because we have a lot of fighters. The ego start getting involved, and it kind of separates the gym. But right now, they're all on the same level. They like brothers, so it's kind of easy for me to maintain and work with all of them because they actually help each other.
So, man, when you have a group like that, it sounds like it kind of makes you want to, stay just in the house and not venture off much with other folks because you don't want them to learn bad habits, maybe.
Yeah, that's true, but I do get a lot of good in-house work for them, which is good. But every now and then you need to go out just to bring it up to now every now and
then. Yeah.
And how long before you actually got to that point where you could kind of sit back and reflect? I've got a pretty good stable here. I've got good guys. I've got a good network. It's a good system. It's working.
I don't really look at it like that because I'm just straight going. I don't want to feel like I made it because that's when you can easily drop the ball. So I don't look at it like that. I'm steady pushing. I'm steady trying to get them to a certain point where they at. Like I want all of them to be in the top 5, and I feel like we halfway there. We can halfway see their finish line. But right now we have a long way to go. But they all doing good. They got their head on straight, and that's the main thing for me.
And I like to say it's good to see you back. Not so much back in action, but back helping the next generation and kind of molding them and learning from some of the mistakes that we kind of made when we came up.
Yeah.
Tell me some of the things that's most important to you when you're developing these fighters, and like you said, you're dealing with all these different characters.
Just letting them know being accountable. That's the main thing I try to tell them. Just being accountable, because as they grow, just anybody in life, you start feeling lackadaisical and stuff like that. Just letting them be accountable for their time. Let them know that your time is everything. Your time and your timing is everything. Just manage your time right. That's all. Just manage your time.
So, I'm sorry. I've been holding a question. And I can't. Wayne. Already. Think about this. In your own neighbor, in your own area, you were top billing at the card in the DC Sports and Entertainment Arena. You won a belt at that same card. You know how big that is. I mean, that's huge. I don't want to. I know the weight of that moment. It had to have been huge for you. And we spoke afterwards, and you still like, yeah. I didn't know if it hit you, man. This is huge, man. This is huge that night. You put it on. A lot of people, that would be their crowning achievement. But you've got so much to go. You got a long way to go.
Definitely just the beginning.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And again, you were low key that night. I was like, this guy doesn't. It hadn't sink. Everyone else knew it. Like, you sold out. This is where the Mystics play.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And you're there. Yeah, you're there selling tickets. Won a fight. It was a really good fight too.
Thank you.
And you look really good. And that's only going to skyrocket. You know what's next. Everyone's going to gun for you.
Yeah.
You didn't fall into any of my traps. I've always tried to get people to name fighters they want. You never fall. No one falls. A couple of times they do, but most people avoid it. You were just still chill the whole time when we came up to you after the fight. Always respectful, always chill. And I admire that about you because
Thank you.
a lot of times people are still with that adrenaline pumping, beating their chest.
Mm-hmm.
But you're a different type of fighter. You weren't.
Yeah.
You were in your own head and your own thoughts.
Grind don't stop.
No.
Yeah, man, it's crazy when you talking about these young talented guys. Like I've seen you, man. Yo, you're a killer out there.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how you are on fight night on the game, but I usually, I joke, but I usually get my fighters when they come over here. I want to see how they are on the game. Is he just that dangerous, man? But what goes through your head when you're in the ring, man? Because man, I've seen you put some serious punishment on guys that are, arguably bigger than you. So how do you figure out what's your favorite shot?
My favorite shot is the left body shot. That's what,
Okay.
like, going through the amateurs, that's why coach gave me the name Bodysnatcher.
Mhm.
Going through the amateurs, if, like, I felt things were getting too hard, I just started ripping punches to their body. That was one of them. Now, I got a lot of results ripping the left body shot on people. So.
Oof. Oh, yeah? Who's your favorite fighter coming up?
Earl Spence, obviously my teammates. My teammates also, Trayvon, Steph, Dwayne,
Okay.
all of
Okay.
them. And yeah, that's about it.
Who's your favorite, Coach, if you don't mind? I know you probably wouldn't say.
Well, I didn't really have a favorite. I just learned from all the greats.
You learned from great. Okay.
I learned from all the Rays, the Haglund,
Yeah.
the Don Curry,
Yeah.
Bill McCroy's, and the list goes. I just picked something up from all of them.
That is a polished response. He is media trained. That is good though. But you picking up from all of them is it was so much good talent out there. Me personally, I was a huge fan of Felix Trinidad. Like, I loved him just because.
I haven't watched Felix Trinidad.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
He showed he was vulnerable. He can hit, get dropped, and get up. And I know that's going to be one of the things that you'll probably try to teach them too. That at some point in their career, they're going to feel like they've been down and how to have the poise to pick yourself back up. I haven't seen you really tested. I had.
That last fight was game.
That guy was game.
game.
I haven't seen you hurt, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to. I haven't seen you hurt. You know, you
Exactly.
you see the grit in the fighter, and it makes you like him more because you say, "Oh man, he could dig deep. He has heart."
Yeah.
I know y'all got the dog in you,
Yeah.
but I want to see that dog tested, man. So I look forward to seeing both you guys like in the coming months, man. It's just amazing seeing fighters in the lighter weights, welterweight, lightweight, do their thing, because I do feel like I know heavyweight is a big thing, but I feel like in the lighter weights you got more threats to look out for. You're looking out for crazy speed, stamina, and then we got some really good coaches in this area. You being one of them, man. I would hate to be the other coach in the other corner. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, what am I saying? Because it's very cerebral. You guys can't figure out what's going through your heads. What are some of the things that you don't like about boxing?
Man, some days you don't like going to the gym, but this is what we do. So,
Plenty of days like that.
yeah, I mean that's about it. But once I'm there, I'm there. I love it. I love it though.
Once you're in there.
Yeah, it's just like, being in a relationship. Sometimes you need space, but you right back.
Balanced approach.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I want to say about you. I would have to disagree with the competition because when you fought in the fall in the Davis promotions, I saw something that I really admired about you. You didn't get you ain't getting no easy fights. Like it was competitive.
Yeah.
And I saw something that I see in champions. You outwork your opponents. Like you keep pushing. You keep pushing. You make the adjustments, and you ultimately get the win every time and stoppage. That's what I like about you. And that's a thing that I notice about all your fighters. Like they really outwork their opponents. They press. They come with a different type of energy.
Yeah.
Tell me about this, though. I've been curious about this. Where did you get that name Triple Threat from?
Well, this is actually my third gym, and I had other names before that. But when I look at my fighters, I tell them that you can't be one way. So I don't teach them one way. I teach them how to be a counterpuncher, a lead, aggressive person, offense, defense. Like they got to be a triple threat because once someone take away something that you think that you do best, they're gonna beat you. So pretty much all of them, nobody got it, but pretty much all of them can do fight off the back leg. They can walk you down. They can move. They can counter. They can fight inside. They have to be a triple threat if you want to get to the elite level. The guys that don't really get to the elite level because they one way.
Right.
All the elite guys, they can do everything. That's when it comes down to me telling Dave or Wayne, man, you can't fight him in the inside. We got to take him outside this round. Let's see how his feet is. Right. He got slow feet. Let's keep it moving there. So you have to find out as a coach what the other guys lacking in. So if I just give them one way and somebody take that from them or beat them in that way, I failed my team. I failed my team like that.
Yeah. You study tapes?
Me, that's all I do.
That's all you do?
Yeah.
It's about making those adjustments.
You make your fighters watch the tapes as well?
Let them ask for that.
Oh. He's sending us stuff every day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. So that thread is going through the text thread, or is just
through text?
Oh, through text.
So it's a certain amount of anxiety when that text thread go off. Like, what now? There's a certain time in the morning, like, what now?
No, I just be like, at this point, it's just, okay, something new. Because even he'll send you the same thing. And then it'll be like, okay, he trying to, get to a point with it. You know what I mean? So
You know what the Raiders did to Jamarcus Russell, right?
What they do?
They gave him blank tapes. He said he was watching them. Yeah, you remember that? They would give him blank tapes. Say, I'm watching. He's like,
you telling me like that? It might be a test.
So watch him for real. It might be like only 10 seconds of video. When did you get to the point where you knew, okay, I'm in this for real? Because a lot of people say, I want to box. It's fun. They get hit, smacked around, they hit people, and they're like, I don't want to go to that next level. I actually don't want to spend most of my childhood in that gym.
When I took it to the next level, when I got around 16, 17, and that was when I was fighting grown men and I was fighting open in the amateurs. So I was fighting men that was 25, 28, 21. I was only 17, 18. And that's when it really, like, they crack and you can get knocked out. And I just gained more love for the sport, like really be able to really hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? So
you have to.
Then, it took off.
Because at 16, your hormones kick in, and the choose to get beat up on in a fight instead of women. Yeah, that's a different choice. But no, I asked you this question after the press conference. At the press conference, I think that guy was a game fighter. Even in the weigh-in, we had jokes like, how's this guy gonna make weight? His back was like, I said, what did they get him that? This guy, he was game the whole way. You did what you had to do. At no point, I don't think you won a ring.
Yeah, I definitely broke him down. And that was probably one of my first fights at my weight class, my exact 122. All my previous fights was bigger guys. And I took those fights because I couldn't find anybody my size. So it was definitely a blessing to get somebody my size and get to show my skills and everything.
And the way you ended it, the way that card ended, I mean, you couldn't made up a better night. It was almost like a script was written. No, it wasn't a script written, but it was almost like it was scripted. It out for you.
How important is it for both of you guys? And I guess this question is for both of you guys. Since you got the last question, I'll go ahead and go to you, Dave. How important is it to win every round in your mind? Like when you're out there fighting, are you looking at it round by round, or are you just looking at strategically? Hey, I got 6 rounds here. I'm gonna fill them out 2, and then I'm just gonna grind it out the last 4. How are you looking at?
No, I can't say I look at it round by round, bro. I think I just go out there and try to execute me and my coach game plan. So
Mm-hmm.
whether that be in the first or the 6th, anywhere in between that, as long as I execute my game plan to the best of my abilities, yeah, that's how.
So it's not really a round thing. How about you?
Yeah, especially now going up to 8 rounds, we just learn how to break down opponent. So
Mhm.
we don't go out there just looking for a kill.
Just looking
We
for a
got
kill,
time, and the fights don't start till it really like the 2nd, 3rd round. So that's when you just adjusting and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since I'm on 4, I feel like as soon as the first round starts, that's like you got it's only 4. I only do 4 rounders, so
Yeah.
you don't got that much time.
Yeah,
Not like I do like him.
Yeah, I definitely agree too. Like when I was doing 4 rounds, it was like, you gotta come out. You got high and ready.
Yeah.
So how much is the amateurs the adjustment play a part when when you turn pro? Did y'all see a big difference in terms of like going those rounds and amateurs a little bit more point system, so it's point output. So it was more like trying to pace yourself to do those rounds, or you just was going straight.
Me personally, my thing was with the gloves, seeing like just that transition from going to 8-ounce gloves. Those are a big difference, and like you feel good. You put them on, you like yeah. Then you think, oh, he got these on too. But it's definitely fun, man. I love it. So it's just fun. The competition better. Like it means more. That's what I get out of it.
Yeah, like you enjoy what you're doing in there, though.
Oh yeah,
like you
definitely.
It's ready to get in there. Just
definitely. Sometimes I feel like I'm a different person when I get in the ring.
Yeah, I do too, man. I wanted to trip you up one day, man. I spoke to you. You ain't saying that. I want to kick your ankle, man. Because when I see y'all at the fights, man, what I admire about you guys, y'all locked in, man. Y'all look like, I don't know, like pit bulls walking into a bullfight arena. Y'all locked in. Coach everybody. You think Drew about to get in there and fight? He locked in. Everybody know, man, ain't smiling, ain't nothing, But I love seeing how you guys take the sport so seriously, and you keep your composure despite all of the craziness going around you. Because I know you can get lost in there, right?
Yeah.
I remember my young amateur days, man. All I needed was one person to say, "Right, oh, you see her." I was kind of lost it, but seeing you guys come in, no smiles, locked in.
No, he
one
got
time.
smile.
No, he don't smile. I told him I didn't even know he had teeth until like 2 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, but that to me is something that it seems you learned over time. The importance to be prepared prior to getting into the arena. I mean, not even the ring, right? Being locked in. What is the thought process for you getting locked in? You just know what to do, or is it you have some kind of?
Well, a lot of stuff we do, I talk to them a lot. Like I sit down and I talk to them a lot. I prepare them for everything that comes along with this, the ups and downs of the sport. Being accountable for everything they're doing. That's the main thing, being accountable for what they're doing. Just like when you said about Wayne, having the easy fights, and he came back and said it wasn't like that.
Yeah, we always disagree. I hear you.
But if you go look at that, all them guys, they not really fighting no 80-10 or 80-20 fight. Them like 60-40. Go check them out.
Yeah.
I want to see the growth out of each fight. So that right there is gonna make you lock in. They not green. They know they got a 90-10 fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They know they got enough experience to know, like, you know what, I gotta go and go to sleep because this is a real fight.
Right.
He had a real fight. As you know, when you fight in Vegas, you gotta fight a real fight. He had a real fight. His last fight, was a laugh. He ain't even. I just you gonna laugh, but his mom called me. Asked, why you ain't tell me he fighting a guy had 30 fights? He ain't even tell me. That's some real fighting. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can see the growth, the maturation of him growing from them fights. I don't want no 9 to 10 fights because you're not gonna grow. You set these kids up, young men up for failure if you do it that way. I want to see the growth to let them know. Yeah, I gotta go home and go to sleep. I gotta do them sit-ups my coach told me. I gotta do them miles my coach told me. So this is why you see the maturity level of them. They all talk, they all running up. They really like family. They really like family.
Yeah, and the fight game has evolved and changed so much since your time, and it's crazy. Just seeing it play out. We talked about how important is it to have what we say like 7 amateur fights versus 70. And I know we had differing opinions but we all agreed that the boxing, she's one of those ladies who she treats everybody differently, and what worked for you may not work for you, and the amount of amateur fights sometimes can hurt you, right? And because it could take you see some of the fighters being an amateur so long they burnt out by the time they go pro, they flop, they kind of flat.
You've seen that before.
It's like would you ask me about the Stearns, right? If you look at a lot of my guys, they really have a smooth transition over to the pro because I already train them like that. That's why they look the way they look when they get 3-4 fights. You're like, man, how Wayne looks so relaxed on only 7 fights? Like,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're the SEC of boxing.
Yeah.
You guys over the pro. Fly out to the SEC.
Ah, shut up.
So they don't look like. They don't look like the regular ones. Like
that's why I say I need to see them against some real dogs because they look like real dogs already. They look like the legit, package. When you say, wait, he only had 4 fights, I'm like, damn, he looks good.
But that's important though because I know this, and a lot of other people notice this. Too. Back in the day, things were done a little differently, and fighters tend to maybe pad that record up early, and when they get to the level where they got to fight these guys who, probably was number 1 or number 2 in the amateurs, and they've been fighting like tougher competition, you can see that you can see it in the fight. So I think that's what the younger guys are doing now. How they is finding out how to, build your career up fast. Like a lot of young guys, like I'm trying to go fast. I was that good when I was an amateur. I'm gonna be the same way when I'm a pro. And I think it's important, like you said, to match them up with those fighters where they can actually don't give it to them easy, but they can figure it out and learn and come up with tools.
They got to dig.
They got to dig for it, yeah.
Dave, I got a question for you. You like going to the body?
Mm-hmm.
That's a different type of fight for a spectator to watch. You have to appreciate body work for a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
But for people who actually know boxing, once you dig into the body, it's certain tells you look for when you know a guy's broke. Like, what lets you know? I mean, obviously you can hear him breathing on the inside. You start seeing his back foot lift off the ground. What lets you know? When you see that back foot start coming up, what lets you know? Okay, I got this guy now.
To me, it's all about body language. So how they first start out, when you start cracking them, they start going in retreat mode. So keep sending the body shots. And my coach will tell you too. He say bring it upstairs. So I figure to the body, bring it upstairs, get a reaction. Keep doing that. Then over time I get the shot that I'm looking for. There's a hook upstairs. I know they protecting the side. They protecting it.
Yeah.
But you see something. It's always when we're watching fights because we joke with one another. We'll call them around. And I'll say, okay, this round. I'm always watching a guy. When you see a guy hurt, that back foot always looks a little different. That's why your coach is laughing. Because you see it moves different. He's already bracing himself on the inside. From your perspective, it has to be a tail in there. It's like, oh, this is already over. It has to be something. You say it's body language, but it's a certain tail in everyone that makes him go into that next mode. Like, I got him. That's what I've been waiting to see.
I still think it's the body language. Cause me, once I see that person like not as aggressive anymore, it's just straight go mode. Like, and then my coach will be in the corner saying he ain't to say no more, Dave. Go get him, Dave. That's when I'm just like, all right,
waiting on that.
Yeah, it's a coach's job to be the eyes on the outside of the ring, and when you're giving them instructions, do you ever have times where it's like conflict where they believe they see something differently?
No, I haven't ran into that. Not saying it's not going to happen because they're their own. They become their own man. It might be a point where I might say, hold back, he ain't ready to go. He might say, Coach, I feel like he's ready to go. But then I will elaborate with whoever it is and let them know. You got to understand, these fighters are actors too. They're not going to show you their body. Like sometimes it could be a trap, so you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. We set traps. So
traps.
You got to always trust. You got to trust your trainer. There's no need to have a trainer if you want to try to do it your way. You might as well glove up yourself, put the grease on yourself. Like, trust your trainer. He's on extra eyes when you don't see it. And then, especially if you have somebody that been through it, that knows the traps and stuff like that, say, hold up, slow down. He's going a little bit too fast right now. Like Wayne said, he's fighting an 8 round now, so the fight ain't going to really start till like the second. So I'm just gun ho right now because that can hurt you in that 8th round when you wanted to push, but you came out too fast. You don't have that extra push. Yeah, so it's like, this is really just trusting your trainer stuff.
And Wayne, your last fight, it was great for you, but it ruined me. You gave up all hopes of being a commentator because I was so much of a fan. I was like, you try to say, okay, he's doing this, doing that. It's like, nah, forget commentating. I was just watching the fight. And you find yourself, we've done that. Well, sometimes you're like, oh, I just blew it.
I was like, we working. You just person is crazy.
And I said, oh man, this is good work. And we were just watching, and I was totally a fan. I couldn't even stay in character. So all credit to you, that performance that night. Because I caught myself slipping. I said, I should be I'm being biased. I should actually be neutral. But no, it was really good work.
When can we expect to see you guys again? I mean, what are the plans on the horizon?
Well, which one?
Both. Take it down.
Okay, well, hopefully they both can be in there in April, but they don't have no date right now. But Wayne have to move a little bit different now because once you get a belt like that, you can't really just go back. You know what I'm saying? So I do have some opponents that I looked at that's good records and stuff like that. That fans will be like, whoa, that's a good fight for him, undefeated guy. So that's where he needs to be at right now because we want to keep elevating. So his next opponents got to be good opponents where he's at, so he can get in that. You know what I'm saying? Make that name. Yeah, he got the belt now, but he got to capitalize off that now. So he got to keep elevating up. With Dave in, I'm looking to get Dave start doing 6 rounds. Hopefully this year we can get like 6 rounds in for Dave. He's younger, he has a little more time to grow and stuff like that. But I love all my fighters, but this one right here, he is a little bit different. Dave is a little bit different.
I love body shot. Yeah, like he said, we look at fighters from a fan perspective. Most fans don't really appreciate body shots, but most boxers, we look, whoa, you see that? We're like, whoa, you see that? I mean, I almost jumped out my chair when Tank hit Ryan Garcia with that body shot. You see him? He snuck that left body shot in. We look for stuff like that. We go, that hurt. That hurt. You could tell, like you said. You go, and when you hear people say, "No, I didn't look that hard." Yeah, you ever got hit while you're throwing a punch at the same time? That's like the most vulnerable you can be when you're doing that. I remember that
for a lay person, man, we wake up with aches. And you're talking about that wasn't a hard punch. You wake up, did I sleep wrong?
He had a pillow fight. He was aching for months.
Can I ask y'all a question? Sure. I want y'all honest opinion.
Okay, sure.
Rate his performance, then I'm gonna give you mine. What I think his performance was.
All right.
On that last fight?
Yeah.
I already got a witness. I thought it was a 10, and I had someone that was with me that night. I thought he was phenomenal. Not the totality of everything.
Okay.
The Thor young guy on that card who lives in this area, And for him to perform like that with a belt on the line, I thought it was a 10.
I saw his last 5, collectively or just that last fight.
Oh, the last fight.
I thought it was. I didn't see any room for improvement. I mean, B plus.
Okay.
I say B plus. Yeah.
He's just being critical.
So.
But I didn't see the last one only because y'all know I was.
Yeah.
But whatever. But the ones that I did see, like I said, I saw something I like. Like I said, we deal with a lot of fighters, and my man just be out working people, beat them to the punch. Like, for instance, I was watching fights last night. The guy Riviera,
Yeah,
be like really highly decorated amateur.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the same type of stuff in like placing your shots. You know what I'm saying? On that back foot, pressing them, breaking them down, and that's what I like to see out of fighters. So
I don't see.
So
I don't see.
What's the rating? What's the rating?
I mean, to me, he like the youngest coming up right now.
No,
him.
He wanted Wayne's rating.
What was rating?
What's
I didn't see the last one, bro.
Well, no, just give him a grade. Give him a grade.
I'm gonna give him a B plus.
No, this is what I'm gonna do.
And we don't agree. So.
Because only reason I'm saying B plus, still a lot more to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But based
ain't
on
gotta
what
do
I'm
this.
saying.
This is what I'll
there
do.
we go.
Usually the person behind the camera doesn't get involved.
Here you go.
But I was working so close.
We want to break the fourth wall. Let's talk to
Break
the
the
camera.
We were talking about Wayne's performance that night. I was impressed. You were impressed. What do you give him?
I go with B plus as well. That was kind of crazy. Like I thought the fight was going to be like really, really competitive, but after a while I was just like, dang, like stop.
These guys didn't even factor in the totality of the circumstances.
Yeah.
I did. Everything was on the line. Not just your performance, everything that you had. Again,
He's ready for your next sweatshirt.
Yeah. No, to be in the moment, a lot of people don't understand. And this, we all have different professions. To be in front of all those people and to perform, to lock in, with everyone talking smack and saying, oh, I would do it differently. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And you stick to your game plan. And everything is on the line. In my career, in Ray's career, we have those moments when it's just us and everything you've trained for is going to come to the forefront, right? And so I appreciate what you did that night.
Thank you. I appreciate
And
it.
so from a perspective of someone who, obviously I don't box. I'm not super heavyweight.
Just like it.
Yeah. But
Super heavyweight.
the moment, always the moment, man. And that's a big thing. You'll get that too, Dave. That moment when you become, as an adult, what it takes to get to a moment and what it takes to capitalize on a moment and not to get sucked in. Because it's easy to just been partying like, oh man, I've arrived.
Yeah. Well, what do you think though?
It's a 2-part thing. I'm going to give him a C.
Get out of here.
Listen.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he had times, right, where he let up off the gas. He had times when he let up off the gas, right? He had times when he hurt the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't go to the neutral corner, right?
Oh. Yeah, that one.
Listen, where if the referee would have turned around, he could have gave the guy more time to get himself together.
Fundamental.
Okay.
Right.
That's
He had times where he second guessed his win. You agree? He second guessed his win. This is why now he says the fight start in the second round. He had to start attacking the body a little earlier. He left food on the table. When I had to force him to stab to the body, do this, do that. There's times when there's certain place you fight in where I can't yell. So this is stuff that he should know, right? So he got the stoppage, but you're only good as your last performance, right? What that mean is he could have had a highlight reel if he would have kept attacking the body. He wouldn't have got a stoppage. He would have got a flatline knockout, and you would have been seeing it on YouTube.
Wow.
This is why I say he got a C. But other than that, it's a B, and he agreed.
But you got to also, that guy showed up.
Yeah.
He didn't stop. He didn't quit. I don't know if you guys had talked
He
on
don't
the inside.
listen.
That guy.
He don't supposed to quit. His job is to make him quit.
Exactly.
He
He showed up and got a check.
Yeah.
That, I know you point out, but you like when you've been in there, there's certain things you want to do.
Yeah.
When that other guy you just can't do, and you just go with the flow. I know you see a side of your fighters that we'll never see.
Yeah.
You'll see little sparks here, and you say, okay, that needs to leave from this gym and go to the ring. But sitting back that night, it was, you know what? And one of my favorite fights is when B-Hawk just outclassed Babu Shumanen on everything.
I saw that,
yeah, you remember, it's like he just beat him at everything he did. And B-Hawk was supposed to lose. And that's how I look at it. It was entertaining as a fan. It was entertaining on so many different levels. And there was a lot of work he did, even for you being his coach. And you're like, oh, he could have done this better. He could have done that better. But as a fan, it's different.
That's why you have. See, a boxing eye is different from a regular person eye. He agree everything I tell what I said to you, because he knows, like, yeah, you was right. They left a little bit because he could have did more. He know he could have did more. But it's a learning experience. Now he know go right to that corner, because like I said, that could have been a championship fight where that could have turned around, go back in the corner and stop the count. All that matters. See how we said earlier about being on time, being accountable for that? All that matters. All that matters.
And that's all about the performance too. That's the professionalism that he's speaking to. The little things, they matter. Even though the fans may not, like you said, the fans may not really see that. But the things he's talking about, those are fundamentals. Those are things you must know. Like once you get the knockdown, just go. Once you
like this.
Yeah. It brings in the moment.
My man watched TV too. He stared right up to it. Like, man, this is my moment. Exactly.
So how long do you think it take for, I know what you're saying, like, because I've heard, like, for instance, I heard Floyd in the corner talking to his coach. It's almost like him and the coach was like, they were synced in. The same information that he's giving, he already know before he's going to get it. How long does it take, you think, in your opinion, to get to that point?
That come with more rounds under the light. Being in the moment, knowing that I ain't got to look. I know coach telling me, go get him, try to get him now.
You know the style, how you thinking, y'all know how each other think. So that works well.
And that speaks to the trust. There has to be a certain amount of trust, because you see it from a different POV. Then if he's saying, oh, you need to do this and do that. And we've seen coaches and trainers, we've seen boxers and trainers argue in corners. Like, I'm doing everything. He's like, no, you're not doing enough. He goes to the trust where, you can say, okay, maybe you're in there fighting, but you don't see what he sees outside. So that little adjustment means all the difference.
Definitely.
But going back when we were just answering that question, and I looked over, you were laughing because you knew it still felt good for the win. But you knew the coach had something to chime in about. He was like, yeah, I know you're smoking this, but man, this feels good. You got the belt. Right. It was good enough tonight.
Right. Yes. That's awesome, man. So did you have any takeaways?
Man, I'm like totally biased about that night. I don't even drink beer. I felt like I was drinking beer. So no, it was, that night is, we had fun, and even though we were working there, we had fun, and it was enjoyable. What I take away is they're both professionals. They're here sitting here. We haven't had to bleep them. They've been speaking honest and candidly, and they've been responding to the questions. That's, they're good fighters, and they're coming out of a good gym. And so, I'm impressed, and just to sit back and see what's next. Hopefully I'll see you both on the same card. Okay. On the same card in April. That'd be great.
I'm just glad that we got boxing back in the town. You got Andrew back coaching. We got these two great fighters right here, entertaining the fans, man. And like I said, man, we always like seeing you guys going there together, because we can feel like the family and the team camaraderie with you guys. Good job. Yeah, it's always good being in the bleachers and seeing all you guys, even from way back in the day. And I'm just like, yeah, we did it. And then you walk past like, I'm like,
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah. I'll make sure you don't forget. I'm talking about your band. But I just want to get around the table with you guys. Any last words, Andrew?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity that y'all giving them to be in front of the mic, in front of the camera, expressing their feelings towards the boxing world.
Oh, for sure.
All right. I asked everyone this question.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Here's a little
Who
question.
you want?
I know he was.
Yeah, exactly. it won't change. Whenever you see me, give me a name. Who
It's
you
little
want?
Don King right here. Go ahead.
It has to be a name. You're the champ now. It has to be a name. Somebody done probably said something to you on IG, and it's like, oh, really? See you soon. It has to be someone.
We got a couple people in that weight class.
There's a few people in the weight class, but I'm gonna tell y'all this. I say this since you asked me. So people been telling me that me and Jakeem Hutchinson would be a good fight. I'm not turning that down.
Gotcha. Okay.
You turn that down, coach?
Not calling him out with you.
I actually think that's a good main event fight. That's a good fight.
And I think like what Coach Drew said, I think that'll be a good fight for the city, for here. And it's like we pretty much the top 122 right now. So the hottest right now in the area. Why not keep that flame and make that flame bigger?
Why not? Exactly. Why not? So you're not calling them out, but it exists.
But I've been asked that many
it's
times.
tension.
So it's not like it's news. It's just news saying hearing it on camera for us, but it's already been thrown out there. It's moving around. Dave.
I don't got no names.
We got
somebody to say something to you.
Nah, no. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of hating going on surrounding me.
Don't even entertain it. When we say that, we just say it like jokingly. No, if it's hating, leave that out.
I don't. Whoever they put in front of me, I just want to fight again.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Respect that.
Let me say this. We have a lot of good 47s in this area right now. But hands down, I got the best 247s in the area. I don't care who you want to call, what name they want to put out there. Ain't no other 247s doing what they doing right now. I don't care who it is, what gym they come from at all. Not even close. Say what they want to say, but at the end of the day, they gonna see.
Yeah, you definitely making noise out here, so ain't too much to that, right? You making noise. Got some good fighters, man. Good guy right here. Did his thing, man.
And we about to drop like 3 more coming behind.
What?
I already know.
You guys got to invite us to your gym.
Yeah, we got to come out.
Doing each other fighters. So that'd be.
Yeah, I like y'all little training regimen should be doing, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't give away all the secrets.
I
don't let him back in. I don't let him back in.
I need to drop like 10 pounds, man. I'm thinking about starting fast, man. Just jumping in at the tail end of your training camp.
We gotta teach him how to throw a jab without pushing his butt out. I've been trying.
I've been trying to be. Okay.
Like keep it.
Don't do that. You're giving him too much action on the other side.
Put his cheeks through our drywall. No more training for him over here.
Oh man, y'all. Hey, look.
Thanks, man. We appreciate this opportunity to speak with you guys and to have you here. And how can people follow you guys? How can people find you? I'm not that'll be addressed off.
We do this all the time.
I will be the Yeah, how can people find you guys, man? Go around triple threat.
You can find me on Instagram at Wayne NBM. So that's Wayne, the letter N, the letter B, the letter M. And Facebook at Dwayne Holmes Jr.
And for me, on Instagram at 202_Dave. Dave. D-A-V-E.
My man keep it simple. What about you, Coach?
I'm Andrew Council 16 on Instagram and Facebook. Simple, just like that.
And you can find those on Black Panther.
You can get my fitness page as well. Civil Fitness 1. So I do training on the side. Come through and get you right.
All
right, Mom, you heard that?
All right.
I know none of that.
All right, you guys. Thank you for another episode of A-Side Boxing Podcast. And we're out of here.